As a nation, we're past the need to discuss things like separate drinking fountains. But when it comes to talking about young black men in hooded sweatshirts, we still have a long way to go. I am happy to introduce tonight and have with us Robert McKersie. It strikes me that from what you wrote, maybe a turning point of sorts was 1963. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Was in jail. He writes Letter from Birmingham Jail, and this is his clarification.
Right.
What is going on? Why it is that Black America needs to make a statement at this time in this way.
And also, I think the urgency to get on with change.
Right.
I mean, so often people had been told, well, change is happening.
Certainly in 1960s, Chicago, I think you remarked in the book, was the most segregated large city in the United States.
Here we are, 2013, and the gap is much more subtle. It's based on assumptions.
You had graduated from Harvard Business School. You got an appointment at University of Chicago.
Right.
So you, in a sense, you were there at the very dawn of the 60s in Chicago.
And one of the first events of the Civil Rights Movement in Chicago was a sit-in by students against the administration of the university.
One of the passages in the book that I found particularly meaningful, and that is at your church's memorial service for Dr. King. You were agitated that any eulogy provided could not possibly capture the sense of loss. And at the same time, it would have been impossible for a Black American to speak to the congregation and really tell it like it was.
How do we have a conversation across the racial divide? How do we do that? So it's proximity, it's integration, it's conversations, and it's patience.
The book is A Decisive Decade. The author is Robert McKersie. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Peter.
Absolutely. I'm sure our viewers will as well. And I'm Peter Bermudes for Arlington Public News. Thanks for joining us.